Hi, I'm Brad, and welcome back to my playthrough of LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga. In this video, we'll be starting with Episode 4, New Hope. Let's get right into it. Secret plans. Okay, now this is probably the now that we're in the original trilogy, I probably have more to talk about relating to Star Wars. Probably my favorite, my favorite set of movies, my favorite trilogy of this movies. As well as I've read the books of them that gives a bit more context. And honestly, there's I'm sorry, a lot of blaster fire going on. And I actually wanted to talk about it because there's a lot of things changed up from the books into the movies. Specifically with this first one, with A New Hope. A lot of things from like how the C-3PO and RG2. One of the things that really stood out to me was how the Millennium Falcon is described. For one, when we read the book, it's they lay it out where it's like the turrets like that Luke and Han use are actually on each side of Millennium Falcon instead of on top and bottom. Okay, Princess Leia and Captain Antilles. I never was I can't remember if Antilles said he dies in this movie. I'm pretty sure, just general knowledge. But I remember in a lot of the expanded media, he's really what's the word? Expended upon. I know in the Empire War RTS game, he's like one of your big heroes throughout the campaign. I know they sort of retcon a lot of his story in what's it? What was it? Rebels. That's it. Sorry, my mind blanking out. Whereas like they recruited him like straight out of the TIE Fighter Academy, all that. I can't even remember if they actually, like I said, the book. I can't remember if they actually named him in the book. If he was just like the captain that died, and it was described his death. I know it's a deleted scene in the movie, but it's like in the book it starts off with the Luke and his old friend talking that they eventually meet back in with the Rebel Alliance. And that's how the book starts off at least, and I know it's a deleted scene in the movie. Okay. There's no... okay, there's one thing that's really upsetting with these blaster sections is that you can't really, you have to orient yourself pretty precisely. Like that, I was trying to shoot the barrel, but it's like, it was auto-aiming to Darth Vader. Another, it probably isn't relevant until later on in a future episode, but I remember they specifically changed up how some of the squadrons in the final battle play out, where it's like a red squadron instead of being made up of X-wings, so that Luke is in blue squadron and white, and red squadron's made up of white wings, which for some reason that stuck out to me like one of the most. Which is how they changed up all that. But it's a pretty iconic scene where it's like they're just listing off like all the reds, red squadron. Another thing I think in particular that's more particular to the game is just who the rebel friend is. There's a character that's just a rebel friend, and it's basically just a rebel trooper, but instead of a blue shirt, it's a red one. I can't remember that specifically in the movie, or is that something that for this game? Just to fill out the roster. Okay, now we're Okay, so now we're just playing as the droids and Captain Antilles. Here we go, R2. Yeah, see, there's the rebel friend now. I guess we're not even in the party. But but I distinctly remember. I don't remember him in the movies. That's why I'm thinking like maybe only a game exclusive. If I'm wrong, let me know. But and it's like he actually has his own name, backstory, and all that. But yeah, just rebel friend, not like some kind of variant trooper or trooper variant. It's just friend. Oh, I have to be one of these guys, and I think I have to send. Let me make sure I have to send 3PO. Yeah. So, okay, for some reason. Okay, so for some reason, I know it's a puzzle, or supposed bubbles. Okay, so he stays with. Okay. It's out of all the I think this may be the most. What's of course? I could be wrong in one of the later ones. I think this is one that has like the most variety of locations. Because you start off on a ship, then I think there's 2 levels on Tatooine, and then switch that blaster character. Death Star. Oh, is there 2 levels on Tatooine and 2 on Death Star? I think there are 2 on Death Star. The greatest stormtrooper variant, the Beach Trooper. I know it's like a joke a lot, like evil organizations that because all their troops have to be like useless, and so it's like I know in G.I. Joe, like the original series, there's a specific episode where they like the G.I. Joes raid a Cobra like rest and relaxation base, sort of, and there's this joke where it's just like all the Cobra troopers are like in hold on a second, are in a gym working out in their own workout clothes, except for they're still wearing their helmet and pass. Oh, need to be a character or flesh and bones person or organic. Let's see. Be R2 again. I think. Yeah, see, Beach Trooper. Or Spot Trooper, whatever they're called. In the character thing. But yeah, I mean, like, especially like, a lot of like older series, because like a lot of the grunt bad guys have to be sort of like faceless, no-name people. They don't really care about them. That's right, I have to be R2D2. Let's go to the beach. Let's go to Tatooine. All that sand. If it's like the logic, because in the movie there was like, there's no life on the board, and that like little, it's not really there for a plot, but it's still fine to me. It's just like because it's just how overbearing it is. It's like okay, we have droids in this universe, and we're just looking for like a disc of land, so why not intercept the escape pod? I think the only escape pod that launches, right? I could be wrong, but I think this is some of the longer. I don't know. I'll get what I'm saying, but I know this rebel friend. He's a blue, a red shirt with a blue. So, but I know. Okay. So I know when I talked in the last video, I mentioned I was halfway now, and now that I am halfway through this series, I'm now thinking what other games I'm going to be like commenting over, and or playing with my commentary over. I'm kind of. I was always planning to do Lego Batman one because it's very similar to this, but it's like no dialogue and there's copyrighted music throughout it. Um, but I don't. Honestly, I'm kind of worried because I feel like I'm kind of burnt out on something like that. Because like recently just played through just on my own Arkham Knight again, and I was watching some videos about lore Batman and all that. So I may be kind of burnt out, but I think I'll make it through it. But then like after that, I'm thinking maybe Overlord 2, because I did do that Overlord playthrough. It's the last like no commentary playthrough I made. I did Overlord 1 with the Raising Hell expansion, and now that that's probably that's over, and now I'm talking, I'm meaning to do Overlord 2. But the thing is about that does actually have dialogue in the game, and I have to be careful over not trying to talk over that so people can still understand the story and all that. Going back to the books, like the difference between the books and that, they really express this as like how much like Ben Kenobi, I guess, was using the Force to make those dangerous animal sounds, and it's like in the movie, and it's like you can definitely tell in the movie, but they definitely like give it or make it sound far more fantastical in the book. They honestly, like, throughout the book, they make the Force seem, like, super overpowered. Or, not entirely overpowered, but it's like they give them a lot of, like, stuff, like, abilities that, like, are not really seen again in the series. Because I know, like, during the whole point in the Death Star, and, you know, Obi-Wan's, or Ben, is trying to, what's it say? Turn off the tractor beam generators. They make it sound like he can use the Force to make him to make himself like practically invisible to people. Like they explain it as like he can use like basically the Force mind trick, but a bit more, and it's like he literally can stop or convince stormtroopers like to not even perceive him. So that is like they make the Force like they give like Force powers like pretty much just like magic in the book, at least. And I mean, and like not just like like more like or like just as like ability. You know, a lot of people can have. They make it like seem like actual magic somehow. At least in the first book. I don't know why I'm collecting these. Okay, I gotta ask this. I'm actually kind of interested to see what people say in the comments, but it's like, if you could live in a sand color, like you can obviously modify it, and like instead of like how like Java has it like prepared drawers and all that, you can have like your own like spa in there, or like basically alternate it the way you want. Would you live in a sandcrawler? I think I would, only if I didn't have to pay for any sort of like fuel. Like I'll be 100%. I wouldn't. if I had to pay for fuel, I would not. But if I didn't like, it's just like use some like super advanced generator. I was like, I don't have to. Where it's like safe, it's like super safe, and it's just like I don't have to refuel it every so often. I would definitely live in the same problem. Very few places you can take it. You probably can't take it into the woods or anything like that, or up the mountain, obviously. But there are a lot. But I still think I would, even though I probably would hate the desert. I think I hate the desert the most because I hate the beach, but. If there was a. And just because there's a lot of droids in this level, if you could have a. Not a particular droid, like a particular individual droid, but like any kind of droid from Star Wars, what would you have? I'm tempted to go with a Gonk droid just for news, but I'm certain a lot of people will say like some sort of battle droid or I think I have to turn off to move on. I'm assuming a lot of people will say like a magnet guard or bounty hunter droid or something that would protect them, or probably astromechs because people are like those just for the session. But I think if we're going based just on use, it would have to be a bigger droid. Just so, or maybe like one of these, just like do housework. Like I don't have to worry about, you know, vacuuming myself again. Because like this guy's going to absolutely be a problem when I get R2 out. Just build some more droids. Okay, so how about specifically from the first trilogy, if you can have a droid from the first or the original trilogy, what would it be? Because I think that's a good way to sort of like limit away from like the overpowered stuff. Like I know there's some people that probably go for a droid. Just let's go this. This I remember in a previous video I was saying how much I hated that part on the Camino where you had to get the four buttons. This one was also kind of upset me as a child, but not to the same extent for some reason. Obviously there's less in getting back to try and hide from me? Can't hide from me. Okay. This is like the most inefficient way to hold, I think, to hold droids or hold anything. You specifically have to move over a vacuum and then activate this terminal just to get something in and out. Oh. Okay. I think this may be the end of this video. I'm not entirely sure. If I know we have to go to Ben's house. Yeah, that's probably the end of the level. I think Mos Eisley is a different level entirely. And so we'll probably end it off this episode. Just getting Rangers. And then can pick up in Mos Eisley in the next video. Okay. Trying to go down. It's not even okay. Ah. Damn mud. I'm assuming it's mud and not quicksand, but honestly, it could be either. Okay, let's see. I need to activate something. Which droid is it? Okay, C3PO. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I think, yeah, so next video would be Moss Eisley, and then, I believe, the first Death Star level, and then it'll be, and then the last video would be the second Death Star level, and the attack on the Death Star, the vehicle level will be piloting next week. Which I'll probably bring up again, I'm probably going to bring up the, all the differences in the book again in all these videos, but I know I didn't do much in the or talk much about Image Spring novelization in the with the what's the word the prequel trilogy game, episodes. I haven't read any of the books related to the prequel trilogy. I know my boss, who's a Star Wars fan, or someone, he read novelization of 3, which he said, which he likes both books. He's recommending me, but novelization of 3, and I believe it's a Darth Plagueis book. It was like supposed to take place right before 3. He's recommended those, but I never really, you know, kind of behind him. All right, I don't want to just read Star Wars. I'm gonna read a bit of everything, but they're definitely on my list to try to get. I'm gonna try to stable my droids. Oh, my droids. Back off. Oh, rats. Okay, now we're into the final stretch of this mission and video. Have to fight a bit. But yeah, this is probably going to be it. We're gonna obviously get them over here, and then we're gonna watch the cutscene. But that should be it for this, at least gameplay wise, for this review. Ben Kenobi's house. I wish our stormtroopers there. How did they already find Ben Kenobi's house? He's supposed to be a hermit, isn't he? Just going through a bunch of junk. They do mention in the book as well that Luke made his lightsaber from a bunch of, I guess, spare parts and components he found in Ben Kenobi's, like his spring one from Return of the Jedi. Yeah, he built one by spare components he found in Ben Kenobi's shack. It's like, at what point did he go back? It couldn't have been, at least it had to be some. Did he go back before Empire Strikes Back, or whatever? Oh. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, and I will see you all in the next one.